All right, if you're interested in Boise area real estate, either you own it or you want to own it, here's the top 3 things you need to know about what's happening through the end of May 2025. First, inventory's up again. Second, closed units are actually down again, but this month we have a little bit of a silver lining. So if you want to find out what that is, watch the rest of this video. All right, let's go ahead and dig in. So we're going to zoom in on this top chart like we typically do and just kind of take a look and see what's changed. So first of all, the inventory is at 1,214 active listings through the end of May. That is up 28% year over year. So very similar to last month. Last month we were 30% up year over year. Now, the number we looked at last month as well was closed units. We have 581 closed units versus 598. So we're actually down 3% on closed units. So the trend continued, which, let's be honest, that's something that we're looking at that I think we get a little bit concerned about. Inventory's up, closed sales are down. You do that months and months and months in a row, you're kind of a recipe for price reductions, like real value loss. So let's keep looking. I said there's going to be some silver lining in here, and I want to show you what that is. So first of all, look at May's pending numbers. We have 688 pendings for the May 2025. That is up over last year. We had 564. So year over year, we are at a 22% increase year over year on pendings, which is great. Inventory is up 28, year over year pendings up 22. And then month over month pendings as well, those are also up 12%. We are at 500 versus 581. Now, the thing that I want to point out here is even though these numbers aren't keeping up with inventory, so inventory will continue to rise. We'll back out here and see where the numbers are actually at. We have 2.5 months supply. We are accumulating more and more supply up over that $1 million mark. Between 600 and a million, we have about 3.5 months supply. You get over 1 million, we are at 4.9 months supply. Over 1.5 million, you're at 8.8, and over 2 million, you're at 11 months supply. So we're starting to see a big saturation in these, higher end neighborhoods and homes. So more people are like, I don't know if they're bringing the cash register or, maybe it's just the time, the season of life. My guess is they're seeing, holy cow, our house is worth a lot more than we paid. Let's go ahead and sell it and take some money off the table. That's my guess. And, based on some of the luxury listings we're doing, a lot of them are trading property. They're selling they bought it for $800,000. They're selling it for $1.8 million and buying a $2.2 million property. So we're actually seeing them trade up personally here at City Trees Real Estate. But we are still seeing buyers come in from out of state looking to buy. They still are seeing value. But clearly, when you dive into these numbers, you can see the inventory is increasing and demand is not keeping up. So word of caution, who you hire matters in terms of listing your property. So you want to make sure you're interviewing agents. What is their experience in selling homes in this market today? What are they going to do to get your home sold? How well do they know and understand pricing? These numbers I'm showing you today, do they know that if they list between 1.5 million and 2 million, that you're probably going to have to negotiate 3.2% off the price on average, and the average square foot is 4,000? Do they understand that there's 8.8 months of supply in that? All of these factors are massive, and when you start to get into a more and more competitive listing environment, which we are, the past sales matter, but what's even more important is being able to navigate active inventory to make sure that you are competitive and on the market. So that's my recommendation for sellers, is make sure you're interviewing your listing agents. Talk to your favorite City of Trees real estate agent. We'd love to, figure out if your situation, needs our services or not. I would really, really, really caution someone looking to enter this market, and trying to pinch pennies, if you will. Like, you want to have your property aggressively marketed and priced correctly. Otherwise, you could be leaving a lot of money on the table. And I actually was just at a mastermind today, and I explained this to the mastermind group. what typically happens is someone wants to try to sell their home for more money. So let's just say it's a $500,000 home, and they're like, hey, can we try 525? And 99% of the agents are like, yeah, let's try it. Here's the problem with that. I want you to put yourself in buyer's shoes. If a home has been on the market for 30 days, what are you likely to do? You're likely to be like, oh, I wonder if we can negotiate. Or like, why has it been sitting on the market? Or what's wrong with it? Now, if a home's been on the market one day and you like it and you want to buy it, are you going to try and negotiate? Most buyers are like, gosh, it's only been on the market a day. I'm worried someone else is going to buy it. We probably can't negotiate that much. Let's go ahead and buy it. So here's the problem. We try 525. And then 30 or 45 or 60 days down the road, we're like, okay, let's stop trying. Let's get this thing sold. Go ahead and reduce the price to 500. Now it's priced correctly. And the buyer comes in and says, gosh, it's been on the market 60 days. It's 500 grand. Like, I'm not going to offer them full price. Let's come in at 475. And so the simple fact of you mispricing it for 30 or 45 or 60 days has now cost you significant amount of money through negotiation. So pricing your property correctly, it really, really, really matters. Get someone that knows what they're talking about. And my advice for buyers in this market is, gosh, guys, you guys have a lot of options out there. Certain price points, you're not going to be able to negotiate that much, but others you are. Get a smart agent that understands what they're doing. Get these market dynamics in front of your face. Know what's happening in the market so you know how you can attack it and get the best deal out there. So I'm Chase Craig with City of Trees Real Estate. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you have any questions, comments, reach out to your favorite City of Trees agent or comment on this video and let us know what we can do for you.